We're talking chicken with business editor Richard Matherne, who joins us now. One of the most popular and controversial fast food chains in the U.S. They've hatched a plan to come here to Toronto.
It is Chick-fil-A, Melissa, very popular in the U.S. This is a chain known for its fried chicken sandwiches. It's done very well throughout the United States, and now it's going to open a location in Toronto. We don't know the exact location yet, but this is going to be its first international restaurant. It's going to open next year, and they're planning 15 across the GTA in the coming years. But this chain is controversial. I want to show you some of the past controversies with this chain. Back in 2012, it donated millions of dollars to fund groups that fund conversion therapy, anti-gay conversion therapy, giving money to these groups. They also gave money to groups that opposed the fight for marriage equality. As well, I want to show you a quote from its owner, Dan Cathy. He, in 2012, said, quote, "I think we are inviting God's judgment on our nation when we shake our fist at him and say, we know better than you as to what constitutes marriage. And I pray God's mercy on our generation that has such a prideful, arrogant attitude to think we have the audacity to define what marriage is all about." This is a chain that takes its values from Southern Baptist beliefs. It doesn't open on Sunday, and it has this anti-gay past. Is it going to fly in Toronto? I asked one of its executives. Here's what he had to say.
We actually are excited to get up there. We're going to provide a welcoming environment for everyone who comes to our doors. We're going to treat people the way they'd like to be treated and treat everyone with honor, dignity, and respect.
I mean, do you subscribe to these beliefs too, sir?
You know, I'm not. What we've learned is we're going to focus on being a great restaurant company and serving our customers in our community. And that's what we're going to stay focused on.
I press you on it only because this is a city, again, that holds its LGBTQ rights very dear, one of the biggest pride parades in the world. And, you know, your history speaks for itself. And if you're asking people to come in the doors, I think you might need to give a little bit better explanation than the one you've given.
Yeah, and not only do we understand that, we appreciate it. Actually, several of us went up and attended the Pride Month and really were struck by this is a great example of people taking care of each other.
Will you then will you say that you will no longer fund any anti-gay conversion therapy groups? Will you make that commitment today?
I can't make a commitment on behalf of the company. My understanding is that has already ceased.
So I don't know, Melissa, if that's going to cut it for a lot of people in the city. You know, we've seen them try and go into places like Chicago, and there's been a big pushback. We'll see what happens next year when Chick-fil-A opens in the city.
Well, they wouldn't just be taking a gamble. They would have done the research and figured they would be able to have a business here.
Sure, and I actually have talked to some food analysts today that say just that. Hey, they're going to be fine because people are going to go in and buy these popular chicken sandwiches. But, you know, maybe people aren't aware of the past, and that's it. It does speak for itself, and it's up to you whether or not you're going to want to eat there.